This is what episode are we on?
We're on. Oh gosh, I don't actually know.
Hey, you're supposed to be keeping up with the
Episode
episodes.
7?
Yeah, there we go. See? Da-da-da-da.
Da-da.
We're on episode 7 of the Turn-Based Podcast. I am your host, Riku the Best, the Dark Knight Riku X Pain, whichever you want to call me. Beautiful dark chocolate, doesn't matter.
We're just coming up with these names. Like every podcast is just a new nickname. I'm starting to think you just give yourself these nicknames.
At this point, yes.
No one actually calls them the dark chocolate.
And this is...
This is fruit cake, aka fruit, aka cake. I don't know. Van.
Who
You can
calls
call
you
me whatever.
cake?
I've had people call me cake actually.
That's my co-host,
That used to
by the
be
way.
when when I used to go to conventions and stuff, and like cosplayers, we only know each other by our cosplay names. Like
Okay,
you ask us if we know any of our real names, we'll be like, no, I have no idea.
To be fair, I haven't told many people my real name, so that's fair.
That's true.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so I used to like have people call me Cake, and I used to like answer to that and stuff. So
Cake-chan.
it's so true though. Like people will be like, oh yeah, do you know so and so? I'm like, I have no idea. And then they'll be like, Usagi Sakura Blossom cosplay. I'll be like, I told you.
Wow.
You know, like that's how it is. And like I feel like that's how it is for me in general when I meet people online and stuff like that.
That's hilarious.
I only know people by their usernames
Yeah,
and
their
stuff.
online names and whatnot.
Personas.
Your online personas. Yup. So starting off the year, I know a demo for Monster Hunter Rise just came out and we are enjoying that for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Except the issue with the whole, with the frame skipping with some people's
Oh
consoles.
my gosh. Yeah. So we found out that certain people's accounts, especially people's accounts who have a lot of friends, I don't know why this happened, but it ends up like the demo ends up lagging really bad for people who are for certain people's accounts. So that happened with my account. So I actually couldn't play Monster Hunter Rise demo for multiplayer. I can only play it solo. So I ended up having to use my husband's account, and now I play on my husband's account. I hope that they fix that, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, let's just hope that'll be fixed when the full game comes out. And it's so weird because I have so many people added on the Switch, and it's like, why? Like, I'm not experiencing this issue. I'm like, maybe because I kept scrolling down and just got to a point like 70, okay, 80, all right, and just
it's like certain
so
accounts.
weird.
I don't know what triggers it exactly, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Also, I feel like Nintendo's kind of notorious for having pretty bad online like servers and stuff like that. They're pretty known for that.
Yeah. So it's a pretty common thing, definitely, with the Switch. Considering the only other game I played online with the Switch was Animal Crossing.
That's true, but Animal Crossing is very like. I feel like it's not. You don't really need to rely on the internet that much. Unlike with like games like Ultimate and Monster Hunter Rise, like if there's like lag at all, it affects the game.
Yeah.
I mean, Animal Crossing, like what's the worst that could happen when there's lag? You like miss a bug or something, or like you miss catching a fish or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully they fix that. But yeah, the Monster Hunter Rise demo is really, really fun. I've been enjoying it.
So what's your favorite weapon so far in the demo?
Great sword for sure. Great sword and hammer are super, super fun to play in Monster Hunter Rise. I'm really, really sad about the Insect Glaive. I feel like it's not as fun to play Insect Glaive anymore because all the other weapons kind of do the same, not really the same thing, but they're just more fun than the Insect Glaive. I feel like they didn't really add too much to the Insect Glaive that made it more fun.
So was it the insect itself that was slow or whatnot? Because I know the glaive itself had like Iceborne specific moves to where like the little slam down from the air with the little staff and everything and whatnot. But then when you get to Rise and the other weapons with the whole mobility thing, it's like, it's so much fun. Everything is so much faster with these weapons, and then the glaive
it's not even the bug. Like, because I mean, when you first start out an Insect Glaive on Iceborne, you get like a slow bug anyways.
Yeah, true.
It's not until you nurture the Sever bug. I forgot the name of it.
You can rank them up
pseudocans or something. Yeah. So it's not until you get that you start getting like a super fast bug. But I feel like the actual insect glaive just feels slower. I don't know why. And like there's certain combos before where you can kind of like cut them short. And in Rise, you can't do that. Like, I forgot what the combination is because it's all muscle memory to me. But there's like this combo where you can kind of cut it short just by roll dodging out of it. But in Rise, you can't do that. And yeah, it just seems a lot slower. And they added so much to the other weapons that it kind of feels like they forgot. I don't know. I'll have to play more of it. I actually haven't been touching Insect Glaive that much other than the 2 times I tried it in the demo. I've just been enjoying Greatsword and Hammer. And I know you've been enjoying Hunting Horn, yo.
Yes, Hunting Horn, yo, it's the language of my people.
He's dropping the deets and the doots and the
dropping my
toots.
mixtape on these monsters out here, man. Yeah, the Hunting Horn honestly has been getting better since like late Iceborne and whatnot, and it's like, yo, it's gotten even better in Rise to where you don't have that issue with the mobility of just sitting around playing notes and getting smacked in the face. Now you can just do it all, just break dancing and having fun and slapping the monster.
Oh my God. It looks so fun. Even just watching you play it, like while I'm like hitting the monster with my greatsword, I'm just like watching you on the end. You're just like, oh yeah, like DJing it up over there.
You know, playing
DJ
this
over here.
It's so much fun. But so far, the Hunting Horn and the Switch X are definitely my favorite.
And you tried bow too, right? Or
I do like the bow. I want to see if the bows, like in the main game, or different types of bows have different abilities, because that one in particular, the one in the demo, heals, and I was like, wait, the bow can heal? And I figured out how to do it. It shocked me. So yeah, the bow is actually pretty interesting. I need to practice that more. But funny story about that, Monster Hunter, I don't know if we said this in a podcast, in previous podcasts. I felt like we did, but Monster Hunter is pretty much the game that got me to know Vanessa and everything. So it's a little backstory with it, you know, a couple years ago and whatnot, because Monster Hunter World was my first Monster Hunter on PS4, and then we just kind of like bonded over that, you know? Yeah.
I know. And it's like so awesome because like the community is so welcoming and so nice. And I've met so many like awesome people through Monster Hunter, and yeah, I just like the feel of the whole community. Like everyone's willing to like help each other out, and you don't really like run into those kind of people that are rude or anything like that. Yeah, as often as in like other communities that I've been a part of, you know. So it's really, really nice. I like the Monster Hunter community. They're all really chill. Everyone's super helpful. And yeah, just everyone's like really, really nice.
That's good. That's good. So what is it? The 12th as of recording this. There's an anniversary for Resident Evil 4.
Yes. Yesterday was Resident Evil 4's 16th anniversary. Which I freaking love that game.
Yeah, I was gonna say the reason I brought that up because like Resident Evil is one of my favorite game series. I've played a ton of games, you know, disregarding the handheld, like the games, the Revelations, I believe was like on PSP or 3DS or something like that. You know, aside from those games, like the console games, I've played a lot of them. My brothers have played Resident Evil. You know, it's been a thing with my family and everything, so it's been there since childhood, and I still love the series as much as it's changed and just developed over time. Like I've played through tons of Resident Evil games, and it's still one of my favorite games. I love it.
Yeah, I love that series. Actually, the way I found out about Resident Evil was I used to have like this disc that had like 50 demo games on it. Do you remember that? There was like, it was for the PlayStation, and there was a disc that had 50 games on it, and they were all demos. Yeah, and that's how I found out about Resident Evil, and I was like, that's so cool. So I started playing Resident Evil on that, and then my friend actually had the first one for her console. I think it was on, I don't remember. I think it was on PlayStation, the first one. And so like she let me play that at her house, and then since then I was like super hooked to the series. But 4 is definitely one of my favorite ones because it has my favorite character, Ada Wong. And it also has my favorite outfit of hers, which is the red dress, which I think everyone knows Ada Wong is that red butterfly dress. I really like that dress. So So yeah, that was I remember I did stream it on my channel one time, and we actually did a like challenge. My stream did a challenge for me. And you
Mm-hmm.
know how you can like fish in the game? You can like get the fish and then you eat the fish and it like heals you.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up, so the challenge was I had to keep the gigantic fish in my suitcase, and we named him Larry, and we had this like whole backstory for him too. We were like, Larry got separated from his family, so you know, like in the end of 4 you have to like ride out on a like jet ski or whatever
Yeah.
out from that island. So like everyone's just like, yeah, we have to reunite him to his family. So like the whole game I had this giant ass fish in my suitcase, and it sucked because I couldn't, you can only carry a certain amount of things, you know,
Mm-hmm.
in your suitcase. So it was pretty rough. There were many times where I was very tempted to eat Larry, but we didn't eat him. We reunited Larry to with his family.
Reunited and it feels so good. No.
So yeah, that was, but yeah, Resident Evil is just a fun series. I mean, it's one of my favorite horror series for sure.
Right. Okay, so it's one specific topic, like games aside. Now, it was one specific topic I do want to talk about. I wonder if I should bring it up now or bring it up after the other topics. Should I bring up rejection right now? What do you think, Van Van?
Yeah, up to you.
Okay.
We see on this podcast, we don't have any flow. We're just chill. It's like talking to your friend, you know,
We
like
normally talk like this anyway.
yeah. We talk like this on stream too. We just like chat with everybody like they're our
Except
friend or
outside
something.
of podcasts, it's a little more violent, but you know, it's she's a troll, I'm a troll, you know.
Oh yeah, we just troll each other for sure.
So I want to talk about rejection because one thing that brought it into my attention, not necessarily any one person brought it up before to me, but I've noticed a lot of people in my stream talked about, oh man, you know, I've been talking to this girl recently, you know, they've been asking me for like advice in the stream or whatnot on like talking to certain people that they like, should they approach them, or you know, or they either got dumped and whatnot, those type of scenarios. And you know, okay, I do remember those comments in my stream. Maybe I should, you know, kind of touch up on it in my podcast and, you know, just give my input on that itself, because I'm a man with experience of rejection. I am the guy for rejection.
It's so funny that you bring that up because I get that question a lot. And
Wait,
I think
really?
it's because I do. And you know why? It's because when I mentioned that I've been married for like
eight,
almost
9
8
years.
years. Yeah, 8 years now. I know, it's, oh my God, it's so crazy. I can't believe it's already been 8 years. But yeah, when I mentioned that I've been married for that long, everyone's just like, oh my God, how do you guys do it? How do you guys like work the whole like long distance relationship? How'd you guys meet each other? How do you guys make it work out? Like, I think they have this I guess this prenotion, is it prenotion? I don't actually know.
Premonition?
Not premonition.
Okay, that's like
I think they have this idea. They have this idea
Thank
that
you,
because I'm married, I know exactly how like a good relationship works.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But the thing is with relationships, even when you're in one, even if you're in one for a long time, it's always a learning process. There's always something you learn that's new about your partner, and sometimes something new that you learn about yourself. And it's pretty much trying to make this, you know, not really make it, but like it's all about working towards this goal of just like being with each other and being with that person and accepting certain things and like compromising on certain things. And so when I get like questions like that, it's really hard to answer them because it's a very case by case kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it also depends on your relationship, like your past relationship with that person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like when people give me that question, I'm just like, I always have to be like, okay, well, were you guys friends before? Like, what was your relationship before this? Like,
Yeah.
it's really, really hard to like give people a very black and white answer.
Yeah,
you know what I
very
mean?
direct answer. That's fair. You know, saying as you've been married for so long and whatnot, and you know, things could happen. I felt like I'm not the best at giving advice on relationship. I can give advice on rejection, but like, just the fact that like it's a bumpy road. It's just really how it's just a hard way for me to put it. Like, if I don't know how to put it, Van. I really don't know how to put it.
don't get me wrong, like rejection sucks. Like
Oh,
it's
100%.
like it's like a stab to your heart, right? Especially if it's someone that you really, really care about, you know? But I always look at it as, you know, if it's not about what you want a lot of the time. And I think the way, like how I kind of grew from being rejected, because I've been rejected. I think everyone's been rejected before, you know. But like the way how I kind of like grew from that is I kind of looked at it as it's not exactly what I want. Like a relationship starts when two people kind of, you know, want the same thing, right? They want to be together. So it's more of like not really thinking so selfishly and just thinking about what the person probably wants at this time in their life, you know? And it just so happens, you know, some people don't want the same thing at the same time, you know, and that's okay, you know. Um but yeah, relationship advice is always so so
Yeah,
hard.
it's always so hard to give, honestly. It definitely depends on the situation, and I want to see how close you are with that person. I mean, what do you prefer at that moment in time, and it's same with them, you know. But like as far as the rejection, like it's something we all go through. We grow from it and just be a better person afterwards. But like it's a normal thing. So like it's nothing to. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna be sad and mopey like a few days afterwards it happens, but just know it won't always be like that. You'll eventually get better, and you know more of what you actually want in a person and whatnot. So it's not something I would say you should rush into. Know what you want first. If anything, hell, work
Mhm.
on self-care. Work on yourself
Yes,
first. Make
yes.
sure you're just, I don't know, stable. Make sure you're just in a good position and a good, yeah, just in a good position to want someone in your life. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be in a situation to where oh, I'm with this person, but I can barely take care of myself. I wouldn't want that. Nah, man, you gotta take care of her
Yeah.
to make sure you're good. Make sure you're stable and
It
everything.
goes both ways, right? Like
Yeah,
definitely take care of yourself. And like I said, some people just aren't ready for something like that. And
yeah.
it's hard not to take that kind of rejection personally because you invest so much feelings and effort into, you know, trying to make this something turn into something, you know? And, you know, when you get rejected, it's hard not to take it personally, but I feel like if the person is sincere and is like, you know, I'm not looking for a relationship right now, stuff like that. Like if they can do that for you, I think that shows how much respect they have for you instead of just like, you know, going on a on a make like jumping into a relationship
Hmm.
and just dragging it on and just be like, yeah, you know, the whole time I wasn't really into it. I just felt bad for you. Like that would be really, really that would suck.
Yeah, that would
Like
honestly suck.
if someone said yes to you just because they felt bad, like that would be the worst thing.
Yeah,
Like I would
honestly.
never like I would never want like I've never dated someone just because I felt bad for them. You know what I mean?
No,
Like
that's not the right
that would be the
mindset to
worst
have,
thing.
honestly.
Yeah. Like I feel like that's very I want to say like disrespectful. Like
It
I
is.
would want if someone doesn't want to date me, I would want them to tell me like just tell me that you don't want to date me. That's fine. Like
Honestly, just tell
you
me
know.
straight up. Like, I will want the other
Yeah.
person to be 100% blunt with me because, I mean,
Mm.
if they somehow are not, it's just going to be a lot worse for you later on.
Yeah.
Once you
It's
find out
just
they actually don't have feelings for you and everything. So,
I know. And that like just because you're ready for something doesn't mean the other person's ready. No matter how
100%.
much you're like, I'll love us for the both of us. You know what I mean? Like that's not how it works.
You guys have
So,
to
like,
pull your own weight separately.
yeah,
So,
yeah. It's exactly. It's a relationship, a
mhm.
partnership. It's not a I'll carry us, you
Yeah,
know?
it's
Like
not. It's not like a game where you carry someone, like,
yeah, yeah.
or
You
you
can't just
carry her
carry
in league,
someone.
or you carry carry
Yeah.
her in wild, or something like that. No, man, you just gotta put forth your own effort, and she has to do the same thing. I mean, if it doesn't go both ways, then I don't think that's the right relationship to be in. Honestly,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure, for sure. And just being there for each other too. I mean, there's even just hard times, and sometimes, you know, your partner can't put in as much as you can, maybe because you're going through stuff. And I feel like those situations really like test a relationship because then you kind of see like will that person be there for you during the hard times and not just there when things are, hunky dory and rainbows and
And make sure
butterflies? You know what I mean?
they're doing the hard times and hardships and whatnot. So
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
just gotta really make sure you know the other person, honestly. So I wouldn't really jump into a relationship like a week or two. Like, no, man. Like, hang out with the person if you kind of fill in the other person, and if she's kind of feeling you, or the vice versa, whatnot. I don't know. Just be around that person, see if you actually like them, and just not in the moment type of thing.
As a personal opinion, I'm like, I believe in the whole being friends first and then getting into a relationship, because I feel like when you get to know somebody and you become friends with them first, you kind of get to a point where you're comfortable enough to like share things, and then you can kind of like ease that into something serious if you both are like wanting to go that route, So I don't know, that personally, that's how like I've always approached everything. I mean, sometimes it could be love at first sight. That's why I always tell people, it's like,
that
it
can
happens.
happen too.
And that's why I'm always like, when people are asking for like relationship advice, I'm just like, it's very case by case. Like, no relationship is the same, and you can't compare one relationship to another relationship. It's just, it's one of those things where it's very uniquely to those two people, So it's very hard when people are just like, can you give me advice? I'm like, I can only tell you what
my side,
what I've experienced and how, what works with me and stuff. So
so like, I want to give an example of like my parents and whatnot. I mean, of course, knowing how my parents are and everything, they don't exactly have everything in common. The one thing I can think of is probably just music, and that's probably how he met her, or my mom, not her. That was rude, but like, they met each other through music and everything. So it's like, they at least, that's one thing that they personally do have in common, which is probably why I love music so much. But they don't necessarily have to have everything in common. Like I said, for me, if I can just vibe with the person, if I can just speak with them normally, talk to them like a normal person and just have fun, then, I'm kind of cool being around those type of people, and
I don't think you need to have, I mean, honestly, you don't even need to have anything in common. Like I know couples who don't have anything in common. Like, they're not in the same like hobbies, but I think it's more of just like understanding
100%.
like what that person's passionate about, and like accepting what that person's
and
passionate
how supportive
about.
you can be.
Yeah, and how supportive and stuff. Like, you don't have to be into the same things, but as long as you're like supportive of each other and you don't mind them doing something that makes them happy, then that works out.
Yeah, just let them know that you got their back, and the other way around as well. So, because I remember being in college, dude, like, that was the moment I was breaking out of my shell and everything, like out of high school, when they changed, like, okay, I'm going to stop drinking soda. I'm going to be less shy.
Breaking out of shell, I'm going to stop drinking soda.
Yeah, I just evolved and started glowing.
What a shell breaker.
Yo, right? And, I had all these expectations set for us. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try and talk to more women and everything, try to, razzle dazzle, that type of thing. But no, on a serious note, they had a lot of rejection in college. That was really normal and whatnot. But I mean, I learned from it. I mean, I grew into the person I am today. I mean, hell, even still to this day, rejection is the kind of thing for me personally. So I mean, it's trial and error. That's all it is, And it's like, I know it feels like you never know when the moment would happen, but honestly, it's like, you just got to keep trying. Not like, oh, after you talk to this person, it's like, well, that doesn't work out. Let me go for this person. Like, I mean, you got to make time for yourself, and, and just, honestly, this is something you really have to think over and just be patient about. And one day, I don't know. I think it's a mindset type of thing, honestly, like I said, because, it's something I dealt with for a while. I mean, never really affected. Well, when I was younger, I went through it rough. Dude. Woo, Young Rico is something, man. Young Rico is something. That's why I probably missed all those uploads. But yeah, like, it's definitely an experience, 100%, but it was a needed experience to get to where I am right now, honestly. The mindset that I have and the thought process, You know, it was all
Yeah.
necessary to be the Dark
And
Knight that I am today.
that's the thing, like nothing's just gonna happen,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, I mean, there is some luck in it, but most of the time, like I'm a firm believer that people have control over their like what opportunities pop up, right? So like if you just stick to, just like being on Tinder. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being on Tinder, but like let's say you just stick to that and you don't ever like go out and meet people. It's very low chance that you're going to like find someone out there, So it's very good to be like proactive
100%.
and stuff and just like break out your shell, meet people who are in the same hobbies as you, meet like people in like, I don't know, video games or communities that you're
Yeah.
into.
So you got to definitely put a lot of effort into it, man. Because to take this from me, I used to never leave my house, and when I say never, literally never. I don't know what stores are near me. I don't know what fast food restaurants are near me, stuff like that. But like, yeah, honestly, just gotta put just a little more oomph into it, put a little more effort. Go out to. I mean, like if you're like in the gaming community or whatnot, go to conventions, meet people.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I mean, you'll find someone eventually and whatnot. You just got to put effort into it and whatnot, and just got to be passionate. I will get that waifu. So
And oh my gosh, and please look in the right places. Like there's so many people that go on Twitch thinking they're going to date so and so streamer on Twitch.
yeah, just
You get that? Wait, Riku, have you ever been hit on by another, like a viewer on stream?
I mean, it's all like trolling and joking aside. You know how I joke around, I was like, "Oh, I'm ugly."
No, but like legit, has someone like been like, I'm a huge fan, Riku. Or like I don't know, someone I feel like maybe it affects girls more probably.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for me it was for a different reason and whatnot. They wanted to call out, but that's
Oh,
yeah.
But you never been like asked out or anything. I guess it's just like a lot. It happens to a lot of girls, like female streamers.
Now, I didn't really start streaming consistently till January of last year. So, nah, not for me, but for you, I can imagine. Yo, I've seen some comments in your Twitch. I'm like, holy.
I know, Enrique's just like, ban.
No, you gotta go, Cheese.
Ban.
Yo, read the bio.
Bye. That's why I had to put that like waifu command in there. Because I kept getting hit on so much on Twitch, and I'm like, guys, this is Twitch. I know Tinder and Twitch both start with T's.
Stop it.
But they're both spelled differently. You're on the wrong website.
People just need to read bios or something. They just need to just read. Like it says, she's married in the bio.
I mean, even just like if someone doesn't say it on Twitch, right? Like,
I mean, still,
it's just
that's
the
very.
whole thing. If you're just going to follow a streamer just for the thought of like dating them one day, I don't know. I've never heard that ever working ever. I don't know if any of my friends have ever been like, any of my streamer friends have ever been like, oh my God, this viewer said that they wanted to marry me and I'm going to marry them tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my God.
That, like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Probably
I mean, if it's worked for you, let us know in the comments. If it's worked for you, please prove me wrong. But from what I've seen, I don't think that's ever worked.
Please don't try that, guys. Like, I know this whole simp word is being thrown around, but just watch people. Hopefully, you like them in an entertaining way, as far as either if they're just funny or the games they play. And just, I mean, y'all watch who y'all want. How about that? Just don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy, man.
I don't want to be the Dark Knight, White Knight type of guy, but I mean, just don't you know who I'm talking to. But no.
You know who he's referring to. But no, I guess, it's just really weird. I get that a lot. I get that on my social media too. It's really weird. Actually, I got a message the other day.
I'm not surprised.
On Instagram.
Not surprised.
Someone wanted to be my sugar daddy, yo.
Christian.
Do you ever get that, Riku? Wait, have you ever gotten like someone who messaged you like, "I would love to be your sugar mama"?
Similar, sadly.
I feel like you would have gotten
similar, sadly. Something similar, but we don't want to talk about that. I want to give you just put that on the back burner real quick. But yeah, I've got some weird comments.
Mm.
And somebody comments like, chill. Like, yeah, it's funny seeing the replies to comments like that, and just someone else in your community just see the comment, or might from my perspective and whatnot, I just see someone else comment on that, and it's like, dude, chill out, man.
I know.
Like,
I used to, because some of my community members would message back or comment back, and I just tell them just ignore it. Just ignore it. I ignore it. If I can ignore it, you guys can ignore it. Just yeah.
Okay,
one of the things where it happens.
It's one thing I want to talk about now, since we're on this whole subject of like relationships and rejection. Okay. All right, so this is for all you young Padawans out here, okay? Yes, a guy and the girl can just be friends. Yes, you don't have to be a simp. You don't have to be white knighting. There's this reality to where you can actually socialize with another female human being, okay?
Imagine
it's called friends.
Guys and girls couldn't be friends.
No, it's like this perception that they, like, I get it all the time. And my friend says that, like, I went to my friend's stream and he was talking about this a couple of days ago, and he brought up, like, you know what? It's like, yo, I can't even, like, you know, guys can be friends with girls, guys. It doesn't have to be like sexual or intimate and nothing like that. And I popped up in the chat, and he was like, oh, Rico, I know you get this a lot, man.
You do. Every time you're like, I mean, also it happens with us too. Like, people, like, what did they call it? Ship people. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like everyone's gonna be like that. Like, I think it's because usually we don't like share our relationship statuses. Like, a lot of people don't. I'm pretty open. I always tell people I'm married and stuff like that. But some people don't. Like, some people aren't open with their relationship. So I get that some people like to ship other people together, especially if they do collabs with each other. But like, I don't know. Sometimes it gets too crazy.
I just want to make them aware of that. It's a possibility,
Yeah.
you know, like I said, whether if you're one of the younger audience or whatnot, yes, you can just be regular friends with a girl and nothing happens. Okay. You can speak with them like you can speak with your homie and whatnot. Yes. Friends. Okay. Yes. That happens with the opposite gender.
You're just putting down the
no, man. Cause like,
javelin.
when I get on Twitter, like, oh my goodness. So it's like, especially when I think I retweeted one of Ninja D's tweets, and it was like her OnlyFans. I get it was kind of like a thirst thing. I was like, you know, I'll support the homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh boy. As soon as I retweeted that. Whew.
Oh, I'm sure.
Hey, Rico,
sure
you white knighted?
of...
Rico, are you okay?
Oh my God. That's so terrible. I think it's okay for girls. Like, I don't know. Like, is this really weird, like, double standard? Because when I collab with like another streamer, especially if he's a dude, I don't get any of those messages. But when a guy collabs with a girl, it's like, oh my God, are they together? Are they dating? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Are you guys married?
I don't know why
so many times
like that.
when I'm pointing my community out. The many times I hosted you, there is a reason why on Twitch my command is Big Sis, so people will know, okay? Because people will constantly ask me, like, holy crap. It's like, I'm not mad. I'm just, you know, just being dramatic, okay? I'm a drama queen. You know, I'm
drama queen.
The amount of times I just have to like reiterate is like, no, that's my sister. She's married and all that stuff. But no, like all jokes aside, but yeah, so guys can be friends with the opposite gender. No, nothing happens, you know.
Why you gotta make that face like right after you say that? It's like so unbelievable.
You guys learn about that when you get older. Some of you more than others and whatnot. Don't worry. Eventually, you guys will be getting near 30 and have, you know, hopefully a more mature mindset.
I think it goes back to the whole like mindset where back in the day when I started playing video games and like when I used to be active in like the video game communities here in my city, there was this whole thing that like, oh, females don't play video games. Oh, they don't. They play games, but they're not good at games. You know, like there was this whole like, females can't do this, females can't do that, which is so like old. Like, grow up.
It's
like
outdated freaking.
It's such an outdated mindset. But anyways, I think it ties back into that where like, because I used to be a thing. Like, I used to go to my video game club back in high school, and I got asked like, "Oh, whose girlfriend are you?" And it's like, no, I'm like here in the video game club as a member. I don't have to date a video gamer to be here. You know what I mean? Like, what? You know? And I think that's like, I think it ties into that. So like with the whole community and like industry and like streaming and stuff like that, especially like on YouTube, like if some male collaborator does something with a female YouTuber or streamer, everyone just assumes that they're dating, you know? So yeah, I think that kind of like ties into that like old school mindset kind of thing.
And it really is. And
it's so boring.
It's like, I'm sure it's definitely with like the younger audience or whatnot, of course, you know, when because they don't know any better and whatnot, they may not know the streamer that well and stuff like that. So I can't really put them all at fault for that, but you know, I'm just spreading awareness and whatnot for the people that do watch this. You know, yes, you know, you can be mutual friends and no benefits, none of that's okay. So yeah, just spreading awareness and whatnot. I mean, anybody play game nowadays, honestly. It doesn't have to be guys and women gamers and whatnot. It's completely normal nowadays. It's 2021 for Christ's sake, all right?
I know.
Say 1980. Say 1990.
Let's throw out all the 1800s. Like,
oh my god!
Like, we're not living back in the dark ages, okay, y'all. We need to like, evolve off of that, okay? But yeah, it is what it is. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like we can't really change that kind of mindset, not as quickly as we would like to.
Yeah.
But we can always bring awareness to it.
100%. Oh, that was just something I have to change and over time, honestly.
Riku's like looking at you guys. He's like,
yo.
Turns into Godzilla.
Godzilla. Did you get any topics over on Twitter? I want to see if there's anything you posted.
Let's see. Did anyone say anything? No, everyone's just liking it.
Well, guys.
I'm just like, hey guys, do you guys have any like questions? And everyone just like doesn't say anything. They just like it.
Yeah, that's for everyone that's watching the podcast as well. Even for people that comment on the video, you can just add one of us on Twitter, any topic you would want us to talk more about in the next episode of the podcast. So like I said, for the people that comment, if you have any of the social medias in the description below, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube for me. You guys know me on the dark night. Okay, but
yeah, if you guys have any questions or like topics you want us to talk about, definitely send it our way. Because we are very just like chill. We kind of like, I feel like our podcast is very like like having a conversation.
Honestly,
with, like, friends.
Vanessa, what we've had, like the stuff we talked about in the podcast, we have already talked about before outside of the podcast.
Probably, yeah,
late night Discord and stuff. So we.
Oh wait, no, late night Discord. We talk about like crazy stuff.
I mean, yeah, those certain moments we have talked about. I mean, I'm sure I told you about my parents and everything, and
yeah. Also, we're very sleep deprived too, so like
that is true. That is very true.
Very, very sleep deprived, 100%. And so we just say whatever is on our mind and stuff. But going back to, so we did want to talk about self-care, and I do want to like. I feel like we should talk about that just 100%. because we're in a pandemic, you know, and people are dealing with like being quarantined and being by themselves or like in a room by themselves and getting that like cabin fever feeling.
Yeah, because I feel like human beings in general are just like social beings. We have to interact eventually. You know, as much as I would like to sit inside my house, I still need to talk to someone or I'll go crazy. Yeah. I will go crazy if I don't speak with someone at least. You know what I mean?
Rika will just be whipping out videos every. It wouldn't even be one. It wouldn't be one video each day. It'd be like 3 or 4 videos
all right,
each day.
hold on now. I don't have the mental capacity for all that. I am not a robot woman. But yeah, self-care is definitely something I want to get into in this podcast as well. I'm sure we lightly touched it on the previous podcast and whatnot, but
yeah,
for me, well, I'm a content creator, so obviously my routine is going to be a lot different than you guys for people who actually have like schedules and 9 to 5s that they still go to. But honestly, I would definitely say take time out of the day and just, I don't know, just like for me, one thing, if I ever get stressed out, if I don't, I mean, other than like calling Vanessa or whatnot, I just start like working out, push-ups, pull-ups.
That's all he does. I'm his therapist, by the way.
Yeah, she's a
call me Dr. Fruitcake.
She's my unpaid therapist. So
yeah, maybe he doesn't pay me, guys. That's therapist abuse.
What? Therapist abuse? Hello?
Therapist abuse. I'm gonna join a union now.
Yo,
is that how it works?
Stop. No, you are not joining a union. Okay, I will stop calling you then. Stop. But yeah, for me, like whenever I get stressed out, since I don't normally go out, I don't have to go outside to work. I'm in a fortunate spot to where I can work from home. Whenever I do have like just ill like thoughts and stuff like that, I just like, other than calling her, I work out. I do push-ups. I do sit-ups. I get myself so tired I don't have time to think.
Yeah, but it totally works though. That's the thing. Like
it does.
For me, I'm stuck in my head all the time. And so like, especially nowadays with the whole quarantine and stuff, just being stuck in a room, you're like alone with your thoughts. And that's probably the worst thing ever for someone who like is always in their thoughts. You know what I mean? So for me, it's almost like a distraction game. Like you kind of have to distract your mind on something else so that way you don't just stick to like the negative thoughts in your head. You know what I mean? So for me, I always try to like stay busy. I'm always doing something. I'm always like chatting with friends. I'm always doing something that makes me happy, whether it's like playing a video game or like, you know, doing this podcast or streaming or just like doing something that I enjoy, even reading. Like I've been reading a lot. I've been reading a lot of like Junji Ito books. I've been reading a lot of manga recently. So just giving your mind something to work on. And so that way it doesn't just revert back and just like think about like the negative things. Like that's always, I feel like that's some good advice. At least that works for me, is just trying to keep my mind busy.
Yeah. I tell everybody all the time, if you have any sort of issue, and I think I said this in my Dragon Ball Legends video and whatnot, because I kind of creep it in there because, you know, I'm sure they want to see the fights and whatnot, but I have to give my wisdom as well. If you have any issues and whatnot, make sure to hit me up over on social media, you know, or at least talk to someone about it, you know? You don't want to have it roaming in your head. You don't want to overthink it because you will get depressed. I know from experience, trust me. I don't leave these 4 walls, you know? Somehow I get dizzy.
My goodness.
But yeah, yeah, make sure you talk to someone and whatnot. That way, you know, you have someone to lend an ear, hear you out, and you'll feel a lot better once you let it out off your chest and whatnot. So I got to keep my eye out on you, Vanessa. Got to check up on you more often.
I've been doing this thing where I've been journaling, and I've actually been journaling since, I want to say I started journaling since middle school. And it helps a lot. Like, even if you don't have someone to talk to, like just writing it down somewhere and just leaving it there. Like in my head, when I journal something, I write down what's been bothering me. I write down like what's in my head. It doesn't have to sound cohesive. You're not sending this into a teacher or anything. So it could be chicken scratch. It could be a bunch of like jumble or whatever. Yeah, as long as you in my head, as long as you get your thoughts on paper, it's almost like transferring that stress onto the piece of paper and just leaving it there. I feel like just getting that out, even if it's just on paper, helps a lot. And so that's kind of what I've been doing. I started journaling again, and the thing with my journals, I never read them and I never keep them. I always like trash them or burn them like after.
Wait, really?
Because it's not like a diary where I want to look back and read it, you know? For me, journaling is more of just like just leaving my problems on the piece of paper and never coming back to it. You know what I mean?
That's a good way to think about it.
Exactly. Like it's almost like thinking of your journal as somebody that you can vent to and just have that person kind of bear all the weight without having to give that responsibility to an actual person, you know?
You throw him in the trash. Thanks, bye. Thank you, bye.
Thank you, bye for listening. No kidding. But no, that's kind of like how I treat my journals. Like I'm just like, okay, put all my stresses and weight on there, and then that's it. Like I don't have to go back. I don't have to read it. I don't have to like relive certain things or like reignite certain like thoughts or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I just leave it there. You know,
that's a good way to go about it. So like I said, either method works for me. I rather vocalize it and make sure I'm heard and whatnot. I mean, she does as well, but she also does journaling, which helps. And you know, just gotta find, I mean, what works for you. You could try both methods if you're going through problems. If you're not comfortable, or if you don't have many friends comfortable speaking about your issues, like what she said, try journaling, you know?
Yeah,
I'm sure that'll help out a lot.
It's really therapeutic too. Also, it helped make my handwriting a bit better.
Ooh, mine is.
Because I haven't. Oh my god, I haven't written anything since like school, and then my first journal entry. Oh my god, it looked like a fifth grader, just like.
Yo, you see my signature? Yo, the signature I had in my Discord. Oh, it was suave. Yo, somebody should hire me just to like sign stuff. Like my signature was like A1 steak sauce. Okay,
A1 steak sauce.
It was right on the money, dude. Yo, I need to find that signature actually.
Is A1 steak sauce that fancy though? Like,
just go with it. Just go with it, please. It's the name. I gotta find that signature somewhere in the Discord server. I gotta find it. I took a picture of it. Nice. I don't know where it is, but
I don't know where you put it. It's in the history of Discord.
No,
it's long gone. Forever gone. It went bye bye.
Bye bye signature. Bye bye. So yeah, we pretty much kind of like talked about all the topics of this podcast. I mean, we have like 13 minutes of free time if you want to talk about, because you're gonna stream Monster Hunter Rise today, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna stream Monster Hunter Rise. We're also gonna be streaming some Phasmo because they just updated that game. And the whole time we thought they could actually hear us when we're hiding. But now they can, because they just updated where the ghost can actually hear you while you're hiding. We didn't even know that. We thought that they could. Like when they're hiding.
Just silenced myself.
Yeah, I silenced myself. I did, because we play with no push to talk, so our mics are always live. And so like when we're hiding, we're just like quiet. But I didn't know that they never implemented that feature where they could hear you. So the whole time we were just quiet for nothing.
Damn, so they went for Krishna for
and you still died.
Yo, right.
and you still died. I don't know.
Oh, they really wanted my booty or something, man. Damn,
yeah, dude. Freaking walked past me, went after you, and I was just like, okay, bye.
Wow. I'm screaming the whole time, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. He still come to me. So yeah, that ghost is canceled. That ghost is canceled.
But yeah, so now they updated that. They did a few new updates as well, where you can place candles and like items and stuff. And you don't have to like yeet them anymore. So before you had to yeet the candles. Like the candles wouldn't stand up.
Okay. I thought
and like if the candles, no, not eat them, yeet them, yeet.
Okay, yeet, Vanessa.
So like the candles in Phasmo, like if they're tipped over, they don't actually illuminate as much as they could.
Okay.
So when you want, like before, I used to try and throw them, like I think it was like straight up, and then it'll land straight down, and that way it'll stand. Yeah, the bottle flip thing. But now you can place them, so now you can just like neatly place them. I kind of want to make like a summoning circle, and then put like plushies in the middle. Please,
he's gonna make you know.
Oh, I know what he's gonna make with those candles.
Don't tell Christian, please.
But I kind of want to make a circle with like a bunch of plushies in the middle and see what happens. A summoning circle. What if it summons?
What if it summons right in the middle?
Dude, that'd be so funny.
The demon just showed up. So thank you.
Be like, here's some plushies for sacrifice.
That man out from the other world. Funny.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. I think. Are you gonna be?
Yeah, I'll play Monster Hunter Rise with you and Phasmophobia. Today it's been super busy for me since my video didn't get rendered out. But I'll work on that later. And
Riku is a workaholic. I've been trying to get him to not work so hard.
all right, hear me out. The whole weekend, I slept for at least 8 hours. Are you proud of me?
The whole weekend.
Yes. So
You slept
only
a
Saturday.
total of 8 hours.
Yes. All right, no, you're not one to talk. Weren't you still in Discord when I woke up? When did
I
you
fell
go to
asleep
sleep?
on Discord.
What time? What time did you go to sleep?
I don't know. When I fall asleep on Discord, I usually don't know what time it was that I fell asleep. You know what I was watching though?
What were you watching?
I was watching with my friend Salty Bet. Do you know what that is?
Somebody
Salty
linked
Bet?
me that before I left. They were
It
gambling
is
stuff.
So funny. It's not actually gambling because you're not gambling with real money or anything like that. But they take like characters from like different comics and video games and anime, and they have them fight, and you bet who's gonna win.
Like,
and I was like, dude, this shit is so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah, because when I was still there, they were playing that. And I'm like, okay, it's 4 a.m. That's my limit. I'm gonna sleep.
So funny.
That means you got on after 4 a.m. my time, and you woke up at 12.
Yeah.
So how many hours of sleep did you get?
I mean, there's a reason why I'm drinking coffee.
God damn it, Vanessa.
I got this coffee right here, you know what I mean?
So I'm workaholic, but she gets no sleep. I mean, you know.
I'm a vampire. Vampires don't sleep.
Facts.
But no, I've been watching that. I've also been watching, I watched yesterday with my friend, The History of Swear Words, which is on Netflix. It's super funny. It has Nicolas Cage in it, which I think
that's funny.
Like, I mean, yeah, freaking
There's
Nick Cage,
come on there.
AKA Nick Rage, like, come on. gotta watch him. It's funny. I think we should watch it as well, Riku, but it's called The History of Swear Words. It's on Netflix. Super, super funny. It literally, it takes every swear word and just like tells you the history behind it.
Oh, that's actually kind of interesting.
And like, there's things that I didn't know about certain swear words that I know now. And it's all history based. It's
now
really
I can curse on my stream and give them the backstory for it.
No. Yeah. Could be like, this word came from the Latin word.
And this came from,
Yeah, it's really good. You guys should super watch it. And obviously Nicolas Cage makes it super hilarious. It is so funny. Yeah. If you're of age.
My little whippersnappers, I'm just
your community is definitely, I feel like, a lot younger, average.
Yes. It's a Dragon Ball game.
Like Dragon Ball Z is very like it's transcended like generations. It's so weird. It really has. Cause I can be like, oh yeah, Goku. And like some 10-year-old would be like, oh yeah, I know Goku. You know what I mean? There's some kids who don't know like certain characters that I know.
100%. They don't know anymore. They don't know Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah, they don't know Rurouni Kenshin. They don't know like there was one that was like really big. Oh my God, I can't remember what it was. It was some like big mascot or something. And I was like, how do they not know that?
Yeah, that's how you know we're getting old. When we bring up characters they don't even know. Or if I say certain terms, they don't know what that is. I told somebody to kick rocks.
I have a hair in my mouth.
Like, I was in my stream one time and it was just a random like impulse reactionary.
Oh, it's Murray's hair. So there you go.
Damn it, Vanessa.
I was like, why is there hair in my mouth? It was Murray's hair.
And not your own.
No.
I think I told someone to kick rocks in my stream and he's like, what's that? I'm like, oh no, I'm sorry.
Oh no. Yeah, there's certain characters that people don't know.
I'm sorry, I am not meaning
like some people like when they had that Sephiroth announcement, there were a lot of kids who were just like, who is this guy? I don't know who Sephiroth is. They're like, what? Why is this? Who's this guy with white long hair? And I was like, but you know what's so weird? They knew who Cloud was, but they didn't know who Sephiroth was. And I was like,
I guarantee you, they probably know of Cloud from memes or any other memes. Because if they played any part of 7, you have to know Sephiroth.
You would know. I know Sephiroth's such a huge like.
He's one of the biggest game villains ever. Like,
yeah, true. But yeah, I was so surprised.
It's iconic. Like, what the? But yeah, so for me, I've been streaming a lot of Not Monster Hunter Rise, actually. That one time I played with you.
Persona. You've been playing a lot of Persona.
Yeah, so
I learned on your stream you're always playing Persona.
Yo, let me tell you why I'm probably already burnt out, because I noticed I looked at my video manager, and I streamed not yesterday, but maybe the 6-7 days before that, I streamed nothing but Persona. And one of those days is like a 7-hour stream of Persona 4, and the other day was like a 5-hour stream. I'm like, oh yeah, I see why I'm burnt out now. Because I post on Twitter, like,
you've been streaming. You've been streaming longer than I do.
Yeah,
I stream like 4 hours. You've been streaming like 5 or 6 hours. Plus, you've been working on videos. Plus, you've been working on the podcast videos too. This guy is a workaholic. I've been trying to tell him. I was like, do you need help? He's like, I'm fine. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. And then I get a call like the next day. I'm just like, Van. I'm like,
yo,
like, this man working himself to death. This guy.
Hey man, when I have all this energy, I mean, I just put into what I do, and whenever I get tired, like I know there's gonna be a burnout time. I just don't know what day it's coming. And if it happens that day, it's like, yeah, I think I'm burnt out.
When you don't hear from Riku, that's when you know he's burnt out. When he doesn't post anything on Instagram or Twitter or like anything like that, and then I don't hear from him, I know for a fact he's burnt out.
Because I was feeling that way yesterday, man. Like I was uploading or rendering on my video, and I passed out around 5 p.m. I woke up at 7. I was like, oh crap, let me upload this video.
You went to bed so early yesterday.
Day before.
I was like, oh my, was it day before?
Yesterday.
No, wasn't it?
Wait, it was just okay. No, today I went to sleep at 4 a.m. But before that, it was like 1 a.m. or 12 p.m. Yeah, it's like 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. when I told you I went to go record and sleep after. Yep. Because Persona is such a fun game. For anybody that never played Persona, it's an RPG game. If you know what JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which you should, it's kind of similar to the JoJo stands, to where the characters have their own personas and whatnot. And I mean, I'm not sponsored by Atlas, so I'm not gonna like advertise the game, but you should buy it. You should definitely buy it. One of my favorite RPG
I've
games.
heard really good things about it.
Really good characters, really just good gameplay, and it's so fun and addicting. If you don't have the time, like any extra time to put into the game, I probably wouldn't recommend it. It can be very time consuming with all the stuff you do in the game. So it's a really fun game. One of my favorite RPG games. Try to get Vanessa to play it, but she's kind of busy, she's kind of busy.
I have no time. Dude, I'm getting ready to move in like a month. It's exactly a month.
Crap. On the 12th?
Exactly a month. Yeah, I'm going to be in Korea on the 13th or 14th. So, wait, because they're ahead a day, so.
Yeah.
And then it takes like 15-hour flight. Oh my God, dude, I'm not going to. Yeah, it's a 15-hour flight, yo. My butt's gonna be sitting on a plane for 15 hours.
Wow, you better get a little recliner chair in first class or something.
Oh God, no! I wish, dude. I don't even know what airlines I'm gonna be flying. I hope it's Korean Air, because Korean Air, their flights are so nice. Like their airplanes are so nice. I think it's Korean Air, right? I don't know. We'll see.
At least you don't have to get a round trip though.
No, yeah, I'm just going straight to Korea. And I'm staying in Korea.
So
never coming back. Just kidding.
Hey,
I'll come back 2 years from now.
You're gonna be like 40 when you come back, dude. Like,
oh gosh, imagine. No, when I come back, I'll be 33, 34.
Wow. Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm already 31.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'll be there for 2 years.
You're gonna come back with the cane and everything.
Oh God.
I'm joking.
That'd be crazy. I'll have like gray hairs.
No, actually, I'm League.
I'm just doing, hi guys. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Jesus, that's funny.
So we'll see what happens. You're gonna visit Korea though, for sure.
Oh yeah, if I visit Korea, I'm not coming back.
We're gonna find Riku a Korean girlfriend.
Hey yo, now we talking. Hey. Ears open.
She's gonna be a K-pop star.
I'm already that.
What else? I don't. What standards do you have? She has to sing and dance and stuff.
Camera, can you not be blurry?
Your guys like cancel this man.
Yeah, it literally tried to cancel me. Honestly, I don't think I gave you a direct answer, but my taste of women, I just I just like someone that's really nice.
That
Just,
is, that is not specific at all. I just want someone that's nice.
I am not trying to be needy out here. No, like
Oh my
all
God,
jokes
this
aside,
guy.
someone I don't know, someone that's I don't know. I mean,
Someone you vibe
I
with.
don't have someone I can vibe with and that I can talk to. It's not everybody I can just socialize with and whatnot. And
I feel like you need someone who understands like your work and like your work ethic and stuff, and maybe someone who isn't as like needy, maybe because you're always working.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Because I remember KK was talking about like her and Jason. It's like how you know his mindset was different from hers. You know, in a lot of scenarios because you know the things that she go through, I can kind of relate as well. 'Cause, I mean, we talk a lot and everything, but you know, it's that thing to where when you're in a relationship, 100%, hopefully you come to understand the other person and just accept them, and then you'll be there to support them and whatnot. But
And like I
honestly,
said, it's a learning experience. Like there's things about with me and my husband, like there's a lot of things that we continuously like learn and try to improve throughout our relationship, you know. And I can't be like, yeah, I know my husband 100%. Like I'm sure I can't say that and he can't say that about me. And I think that's what makes it interesting. I think that we always try to like improve ourselves and also get to know each other as well. So that way we don't just become complacent and we just think, oh, like, I don't know. Yeah, just not to be complacent and stuff.
Yeah. 100%. 100% agree with that. So yeah, honestly, yeah, just someone I can vibe with. Someone it's not like I don't know. Just I want a genuine person, you know. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there are a lot of people out here. Whew, I see some relationships and it's like, oh man, argue every week. Oh, yo, my parents. Oh my goodness, Lord have Jesus Christ. Okay, sorry to say names, Lord. Blah, blah, blah. So like, yo, when I was like with my parents and everything, they would have a period of time. They would just argue a lot. I'm like, y'all my parents, right? Like, y'all sure y'all together? Like, what's going on?
It's rough. Like, I mean, there's relationships where they argue a lot, but it's really hard to be like, oh, if you argue a lot, that means it's not working out. Like, it's very, like I said, it's very case by case.
I feel like
and
people
it's like,
express it differently. Like, you know, because you have a lot of people that are like argumentative and whatnot, and they somehow do bond through arguing and whatnot, and you know after they'll feel a lot better and stuff like that, but I just still find that weird. It doesn't vibe with me, honestly. It's not my thing, but hell, it works for other couples, you know what I mean? So my parents are still married, so apparently something worked. They had this godchild. No, I'm joking.
Godchild. But yeah, I mean, relationships are all different. It's really hard to really compare each one, and just because one looks like it's doing well and one doesn't mean that's like the whole story.
Yeah,
you know
because
what
behind
I mean?
the scenes, you don't know what's going on.
You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You don't know like how they make it work, and it's all about what happens after the fight, right? Like, is it very like one-sided? It is very.
Do they come to a closure at some point?
Yeah, like some kind of understanding. Like I feel like I think for me and my husband, when we do fight, we don't fight to be right. You know what I mean? Like it's not about who's right or wrong. It's about coming to an understanding, whether we still don't agree or disagree, you know? It's about understanding each other and like accepting that there are going to be things that we agree on and things that we don't agree on, right? I think it becomes a problem when people start fighting a lot and they don't do it. They do it for the wrong reason. So they do it just to prove that they're right.
Force an opinion,
or force an opinion on someone. I think that's when arguing.
I'm right. Yeah, I can
exactly.
I feel like
and I think that's when arguments get back. Yeah.
Good arguing and there's like a bad type of arguing, you know?
Yeah, exactly. There's a way to argue and there's a right way to argue and a wrong way to argue. You know?
The eyebrow.
I can't do I really wish I could do the whole, because I had a friend who could do like both eyebrows. I can only do my right eyebrow. When I try to do my left one, my right one's still like right. I don't know.
Yeah, your
My
face
I
is just
can't do
being
my
weird.
other eyebrow. I think I have muscles in my right one, but no muscles in my. I don't know why, but yeah.
So there's a topic we actually didn't tackle yet. We're gonna get to that in the next podcast because I was thinking like, wait, but it's fine. We got episode. Wait, this is episode 7, right?
This is episode 6. 6, right? No,
no, I just uploaded 6.
this
How
is
dare
7.
you?
It is 7. Yeah. What number? We're so bad.
Episode.
I think I even said 7 at the beginning too.
You did, yeah. You probably saw me post 6 on Twitter or something because I just uploaded that. Probably my thumbnail or whatnot. So yes, this has been episode
7.
Yeah, because I just forgot. Thank you, 7. Thank you guys for listening.
He's about to say 6.
So I just let you say it. So I'll see you guys in the next podcast.
Yes,
Ooh.
thank you so much for listening. You guys have a good one. Take care. Bye.
Yeah, my face is smooth like a baby's bottom. I'm just gonna cut that part off.
Okay.